I have a fun little project for you today. I'm going to be using my upcoming Artistry Inspired bundle. I'm going to be using the Making Everyday Bright stamp set, and then it coordinates with the bundle out of the holiday catalog of Making Christmas Bright stamp set and the Bulb Builder Punch. So you can buy this as a bundle, and then the Making Everyday Bright stamp set is a coordinating stamp set that goes with it. And during October, you can purchase this from me. You can go over to my website and have a look. And if you purchase those and a couple of other items, then I send you the supplies free and a link to a three private YouTube videos so you can make some projects. And I send you the supplies free so you can follow along in the video with me and make the projects free. This is not one of the projects. This is a bonus, just so you can kind of see what the stamp sets do. So this is one of our baker's boxes, which I have a football box up right now, excuse me. This is going to be a little Christmas winter box. It could be either one. I'm going to put candy in it. If it was my choice, I would put maybe some Muddy Buddies or some cookies or something in it. But because I want to have this to display through the next upcoming weeks at my classes in person, I'm just going to put some candy in it so it doesn't go off. So first I'm going to use the little lights. The little string of lights are out of the Making Christmas Bright part of the stamp set. So I'm going to use those. The box has a glossy finish. So it can be a tad bit slippy, but it's not bad. You just want to be careful when you stamp. The only ink I'm going to use to stamp on the, oh, no, that's not true. I'm going to use the Memento ink first. I forgot that I switched it up. Originally, I just had the black, and then I added some other colors. So when you look at the box, when you build it, there's 4 sides that show. So I'm going to stamp on the 4 sides, which you can kind of tell, these 4 sides. So I'm going to ink up the lights, and I want them to go around the tops of the 4 sides that will be the 4 outside edges of the box. I just want them to go along the top. They'll stretch over onto the edges of the box that fold in, but that's okay because you won't see them once I fold the box. Flip it all around. If you haven't made the box before, the first time you do it, you might want to just fold it up so you know for sure which edges are. But after you've done this box once, they're in the holiday catalog. Once you've done it once, they're super easy to know which of the 4 sides you're working with. So that's it for that. So you can kind of see the 4 sides. Now I'm going to use the little penguin. He's super, super cute. And he's in the Making Everyday Bright. The Making Everyday Bright part of the stamp set goes with the Christmas one, and then it gets you, my cats have been all over my table today. It will get the stamp set out of the cupboard into your hands all year round. So I'm going to stamp one of him. Look how cute he is. Is he not adorable? Him, her, I think he's a him. Just saying. Maybe not, but you'll use the stamp set all year round. It's got pieces literally for the whole year. Oh, I just got some ink on my fingers. So now I'm just going to stamp him on all the edges. It goes about 5 times. And you don't want him to be even, because he's a whole lot of little penguins. It's not the same guy. And a few times on my, like right there, I didn't get perfect, but it's okay. There's so many of them, and there's, when you're done with it, well, 4 times 5, there's 20 and then 21. So there's 21 penguins. If one of them's not perfect, whoever you give this to is not going to notice, especially if you put a hand-baked treat in it. They're going to be more concerned about the goodie on the inside than whether or not all of your little penguins are stamped perfectly. Be better if I could reach my stamp pad. I've let it drift all the way over there. So there we have him stamped. Put the lid on the black. That's all I need the black for. And then it comes with a little heart, which there's some Valentine images, but he also has his hand so he could hold stuff. So I debated whether or not have him hold the snowflake or to hold the heart, and I went with the heart. Partly because I wanted to use the red ribbon that's in the catalog, the holiday catalog. And I realized I could color the lights red. And at first I was just going to do a red and green card. You know how your mind kind of changes. And as I was stamping the hearts, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do red and green. But because the box is slippy, I'm going to color it with the blends, because they'll color, you can color with the Stampin' Write markers, but I think it'd take a little bit longer to dry. And I just stamped my hand right in the pad because for whatever reason I've got my pad really far over here. I'm going to move this, maybe that'll help. I don't need that anymore. The blends won't soak through because this box is super thick because it's got some grease-proof lining to it. So when you put a baked good in it, it doesn't soak any grease through. It's a baker's box. So the blends aren't going to bleed through. That's better now that my stamp pad isn't halfway across the universe from me. I've got ink all over my block. The nice thing about these being photopolymer is if you misstamp a little bit, you can go back and line right back up over the top of it. So that's it for the red. That was real red. And I've got Pool Party, and in the set comes with a snowflake. So you could hold the snowflake, but I decided I wanted it to be a snowy scene. So I'm just going to add some snowflakes. I don't want to get them right on my lights because I'm going to color them. My cat's going crazy. So just kind of add these around. And then this portion right here with the window obviously is the top of your box. Got some static in here, so I have little bits of dimensionals and little paper scraps stuck to it. So this square right here, I do want that to have some snowflakes. And if you stamp them onto the window, you can just wipe it off. But it's kind of recessed in there, so I didn't have a problem. As long as you're not pressing too hard, it really doesn't even get the window. And you want your snowflakes to be random, so don't fill the whole thing up. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat. She literally is. She has some washi tape. That's her favorite thing to play with. And she's killing it. She's running, she takes it and runs around the house with it. What you got, Sib? So there we go. We got some snowflakes, we got some penguins, we got some lights, we got a whole lot of winter action going there. Then I've got my blend. I've got the light smoky slate, and with it I'm going to take the small tip, and I'm just going to draw some snow mound. Not anything artistic. This is, you know, more of a kid's kind of stamp. But I don't want my little guys floating in the air. So it doesn't have to be any kind of anything fancy. I just want to give the illusion that they're not floating up in no man's land. You don't want to take too much time. It's not a big deal. Just kind of where they are. Just there you go. So now they're based on something. And again, don't take too much time. It's all kind of a whimsy. And then I have, you're not going to blend, you're just going to color. So I only have one shade of each of these. This is Light Poppy. And it's just for some of the lights. It does squeak. I know it's squeaky, but there's not a lot of coloring, so. And then this guy here, he's going to be my little focal piece on my box. So he has a little bit more coloring than anybody else. So his hat's actually going to be striped. The rest of them are all going to just be green. This is the light navy. And again, it's just for, I don't want the brush to, it's just for lights. This one's not as squeaky. I think sometimes, well, there it squeaks a little bit. Sometimes I think it's how much I've used my brush tips. The Poppy's a newer one. Oops, and his hat. Two little stripes there. Oh, and I didn't give him a heart. I'll have to go back and add a heart to this one. This is Dark Mango. And his hat. And these two are for his hat and for the rest of the lights. So these are the Call Me Clovers, light and dark. So on all of these, I'm just going to color the bottom and a couple of stripes in his hat. Some of these hats, you can tell I didn't stamp super great. This right here, it looks like, yeah. I inked that a lot, so there was a little bit of wet ink. So make sure it doesn't smear when I go to fold it up. Because this is, it's not quite glossy paper if you've worked with the glossy paper, which I love. And on my Winter Woods, if you do that class, the Artistry Inspired that's coming up, there is a glossy project in that class. But glossy paper takes a little bit longer to dry, which in the Winter Woods class is a bonus because we're going to do some smearing techniques, which is really fun. On this, it's not a bonus because I want it to dry, so when I go to fold it, it doesn't smear. So these are not like super great lines on his hat. You just want to give some illusion that there's dark and light lines. And then just color some light, green lights. This is where I thought about just doing red and green lights, but then I really wanted the yellow. And once I wanted the yellow, I'm like, might as well have some blue. And then once I did the blue, I'm like, add some pink. We'll just go for all out color. And then this is the dark. And this, just add a couple of, wherever I didn't hit, you just add it. If you missed those, then you can have a green and white striped hat. Again, it's whimsy. This is not a super, you're the best artist in the world project. It's a whimsy project. It'd be fun to give to a coworker or to send to a teacher. Be fun to keep on your desk after the holidays, or if you make stuff for your neighbors. Lots of fun ways that you can give the gift in this. If you want it to be about the art, by all means you can take a little bit longer, but I don't want to sit here and spend forever coloring this. because you know that I love the blends, and I have far more projects out there to show you how to color with blends than coloring on some glossy paper. I just did it because the blends on this, they're an alcohol-based ink, so they dry faster. And when drying on the paper, these dry fast as opposed to my Memento ink, which is taking a minute to dry. I'm going to add my heart to the little guy here. Here's my punch, and you can see this lines up in here. And I want it towards the top, which it has the bulb. He's not going to be a bulb, but we're going to use that little part of the punch as we mount him to our box. Okay, and then you just fold these flaps in. It's all scored for you. So you fold these in. Here and here. It's scored really well, so this box is super easy to put together. These are the flaps here that you fold in. This is the flap that folds down. Get my little dimensional things off. This folds down, and then this folds up and up. Same with this one, up, and then this one goes in. And then the only part, I put adhesive on, which you really don't have to, but again, because mine's going to be around and people are going to be touching it and handling it at classes. Which, you know, if you're going to put some heavy, if you're going to make cookies or put something heavy in it, I would suggest you just put adhesive right here on these two inside flaps. So then you fold this up and this one up. I guess I didn't fold those up very well. There we go. And then you bring this one up. And then this one comes down and just, those click in right there. And then this one comes up. And those, where you have the adhesive, those stick right there. Then I have some Shreddy. This happens to be Shreddy from when we had it last year in the Occasions catalog. If you were going to put baked goods in it, you don't need it. But because, like I said, mine's really for demonstration purposes right now. And I don't have very much candy. So I'm going to stick a whole bunch of Shreddy in here. Just so it can fill my box. And then I do have, you know, because demonstrators often just have candy laying around. Mine's old, so I would not eat this. But again, it will look pretty. I have some Hershey's Kisses. I'll throw these in here. They would be super cute with some big sugar cookies, maybe some snowflake cookies, or some Chex Muddy Buddies. Would look fun because it would have the snow look to it. Oh, there's more Hershey's Kisses in here than I thought. This is a past project, you can tell. But it goes, the look with the kisses and the silver and the blue goes with. And if you don't have, you wouldn't need the Shreddy if you were putting baked goods in it. Or if you were generous and you just wanted to give, I think this box would probably hold almost a full bag of Hershey's Kisses. Okay, come on. You got Shreddy sticking out. A little bit difficult to close. Shreddy, there we go. There's still some Shreddy sticking out. That's okay. I'll take it in a second. So how cute is this? Got penguins all the way around. And then just to add to the cute factor, this was the ribbon I wanted to use. This is our mixed ribbon mixed satin ribbon that's in the holiday catalog. And then this is my favorite ribbon this year, the polka dot tulle. And of course it looks like snow. I didn't think it looked like snow until I started working with some of the Christmas stuff. But when you line it with this, perfect. Let's stick this under here. And then this would keep your box closed without having to glue it, so people could reuse your box. If you were putting baked goods in it and you wanted them to be able to reuse it, well, I'm gonna have to do mine a little longer on the red because this is out. I have lots more spools of it over there, but we'll just go with this. Every time I read first, I'll just make this work. But if you were going to put baked goods in it, go ahead and put it in maybe a baggie if you want to save the box so people can reuse it. You could make little Mexican wedding cakes that look like snowballs. Some of my other daughters, the daughters that I did not give birth to. My Mexican wedding cakes are their favorite thing. This would make a fun way to give gifts of those. Okay, this is not going to be the prettiest. Well, I'm not going to put that on there so I can add a better ribbon to this. But I have the other one that I've already made. Then I'm just going to take him. I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive down to the little punch, whoops, the little bulb part. Did it stick? Yeah. And then I'm going to take him right here, just so he's a little greeting part. And just add him right there so he sticks up. Is that not cute? Here's one that has the tool. So it's cuter with the tool because the tool makes everything cuter. So there you go. So if you're interested in taking my class, you can go over to my my blog or sign up to my email or hop on my Facebook. My Facebook is Sherry's Cards as well. Here, we can just lay this on here and pretend that it's beautiful. Actually, here's what I'll do. You know, because stampers work. We can come up with something. I'll just tie a big ribbon on here. But you buy both the stamp sets and the punch, and then a couple of other supplies, small supplies. And then I send you all of the supplies to make, or all of the like cardstock and ribbon, and some done big shot stuff that you might not have. And then you get the links to 3 private YouTubes, or if you want to go to Facebook, you can be in the Facebook group for the class. It's up to you. You do Facebook. If you don't, you can do it on YouTube. And then you make the projects. And I'll be doing sign-ups through, I can't remember the date. We're on vacation towards the end of October, the 3rd week, I think. So it's around that time because I have to get them sent out before I go to On Stage in November. So, but it's these 2 stamp sets. Super fun. And I promise you'll enjoy the class. So have a great day. Bye.